Bitcoin has been mostly flat for the week, and there's something very interesting going on right now with Bitcoin dominance, which could have a big impact on both Bitcoin and altcoins as well. Hello guys, I'm Cody, and I'm here to give you some interesting information and some things that I've been finding out when it comes to the Bitcoin price and specifically with dominance. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So Bitcoin dominance right now, what we're seeing is the formation of a potential double top. And so we have this huge resistance here at about almost 49%. I'd probably call it just rounded up here to about 49%. And Bitcoin has been struggling at this level before. We can see here that on the 12th of April it came up, it tried to break out from that point, and it was quickly pushed back down again. If we zoom out and we take a look at, this is the daily, but if we zoom out and look at the big picture, we can see that for the longest time, this has been a problem for Bitcoin, trying to break out above this level. We're going to go to the weekly here, and we can see that this level has not been breached since May of 2021. So right now, Bitcoin is trying to breach above this Bitcoin dominance level. And so what we have here right now is a very, very vital area for Bitcoin and dominance, because if Bitcoin can actually push above this dominance level, I would call that incredibly bullish. And the fact that it'd be returning back to previously high dominance levels. In fact, if we go ahead and zoom out here and we take a look at where it was during the last bull market, we can see that during the beginning of the last bull market, it was up here at 62%, and then it fell rapidly when the bull market really kicked into gear, and then altcoins shot up massively. So coincidentally, what we have here is something that's kind of very similar. And so if Bitcoin can actually breach above this level, then that would be very bullish for Bitcoin. However, if it stalls out here and this turns out to be a double top, that can be very bullish for altcoins. Now, I've been looking at this level for some time now, and I've talked about Bitcoin dominance before on this channel, but it's really important to point out the fact that this level right here is make it or break it. Because if it comes up here and then it can't break out, it would fall dramatically, probably go all the way down here to about 46%, and then that would probably most likely lead to an explosion in altcoin prices. So if we take a look at this and we compare it to Ethereum dominance, for instance, we can see here that it's, again, trading just about opposite to Ethereum dominance. When Ethereum dominance goes up, Bitcoin dominance tends to go down, and when Ethereum dominance goes down, Bitcoin tends to go up. Right now, Ethereum dominance has some room to move up before it hits this huge resistance box that I've drawn in here at about 20.5%. And if Bitcoin really is showing strength, what we're going to likely see is a breakout above the resistance levels that I said here at about 49%. Now, I want to go ahead and also mention something very important when it comes to Bitcoin dominance, and that is if we wind up seeing more bank failures, we could actually wind up seeing this push up even higher as investors and traders are putting their money into Bitcoin as opposed to fiat or altcoins, and they're either waiting for like another major capitulation event to happen, or possibly another March where you had a huge number of banks failing and then Bitcoin dominance rising. So we could wind up seeing that as well. That's something else that also plays into this. And this is something I'm going to be following very closely. So if you guys are interested in getting more information on this, be sure to follow me on Twitter. So also want to talk about the funding rate for Bitcoin right now. And what we're seeing right now for the funding rate is that longs have been kind of tapering off a little bit. They haven't been as strong as they were before. Now it looks like over the past couple of days that they've kind of given up a little bit of ground. And that's not surprising when you take a look at the actual price chart here. And what you can see is that sellers tend to step in here at about 30K. And so buyers came up, they tried to push above that, they got exhausted, they came all the way back down again, and then they tried to push up again, they got exhausted completely, and then now we're seeing kind of some sideways chop until there's enough bullish momentum to push us out of that 30K region. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at the fear and greed index, where we're at right now is about 34, which isn't that bad. It's kind of in fear, but you're still out of extreme fear. We haven't really seen extreme fear for some time, not since the that March 11th. That was a fantastic time to be buying Bitcoin earlier in March. And then we have a level that's kind of a little bit lower than where it is right now. If we go ahead and take a look at the 1 month, we can see we've had a pretty solid trend downwards. And again, as bulls have been kind of getting exhausted trying to push above that level, you have shorts moving in, and you have more sellers showing up, and they're pushing the price down even further. Now, speaking of sellers, if we go ahead and take a look at the Bitcoin Exchange Reserve, what we're seeing here is that in the last month or so, we're seeing a large increase in the number of Bitcoins available on the exchange. So what we have here is that since about the 16th of April, we've seen a massive push up here leading up to today. And so there are a huge volume of sellers stepping into the market right now. And one of the biggest sellers has been miners. We've talked about this before on the channel, but it seems like miners are not done selling just yet. They stopped here at, again, about 19th or so of April. They pushed down even below where they were previously. So they sold a lot on the 19th of April. And then here on the 26th of April, they also sold a lot as well, 26th to 27th. And so miners have been selling. More coins have been flowing into the exchange. And as a result, the price has been kind of stagnant. Now, I also want to go ahead and take a look at the broader crypto market as a whole. So we have the market caps here of both the total, altcoins, stablecoins, and DeFi. And if we go take a look at the total market cap, we can see that over I'd say about the last week, we've seen a nice little increase there. That is mostly driven by Bitcoin and not altcoins. In fact, if we take a look at the altcoin market here, we can see that it has been mostly sideways since here at about the March 17th. It kind of went up and down a little bit, and then it had this big rise upwards, right? And then it sold off really hard. So most of this increase that we're seeing here from the total market cap is actually Bitcoin. So most people are buying Bitcoin right now, and they're pushing the price higher. And if you look at let me put these up next to each other, you can kind of see how they sort of overlap. And right now, we're seeing some weakness in the altcoin market as Bitcoin dominance moves up. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at stablecoins continue to downtrend. And so if we go here and take a look at the 1 year, we can see just how far the stablecoin market cap has gone. It was up at about almost $160 billion. Now it's down to $128 billion. And stablecoins continue to be spent most likely buying Bitcoin, and the stablecoin market cap continues to go down. Now, if we take a look at the all-time, we can see that this is kind of a tapering of what we've seen so far. And I think what's going on here with the stablecoin market cap is that you're actually seeing people and investors come in and buy Bitcoin instead of holding stablecoins. And I think that that's actually really bullish, because if they're concerned about the market right now and they thought that, we're still in a bear market, then they would probably want to stay in stablecoins. But instead of that, they're actually moving their money to Bitcoin, or maybe even some other altcoins. We've seen Ethereum dominance peak up in the past. But right now, I think this is actually very bullish for crypto. And if we take a look at the DeFi chart, what we can see here is it's been mostly sideways and hasn't really gone anywhere for the last 3 months. All right? So that's all I've got for you guys today. If you guys like this content, let me know. Like, subscribe, and go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. Are you watching Bitcoin dominance? Do you think that this is going to wind up being a double topping pattern and Bitcoin's going to come down and we're going to see some sort of mini alt season? Or do you think that Bitcoin dominance is just going to push right through this resistance here? Definitely interested in hearing about it, guys. Thank you very much. That's all I've got for you today. Have a good day.